Hey there, POE. Good news and bad news. I am not going to be here the next 3 days. I've got curriculum review today, and I'll be in Austin Thursday and Friday, so I won't be able to see you guys until Monday. But there's still some stuff to do to get the ball rolling for second semester. So a few things to get you started. Number one, make sure you grab the new purple packet from that very front table. I've got it in a cardboard box ready to go for you. You'll also need your white packet and make sure you are logging into Canvas for our second semester course. Now, in Canvas, should be at the very, very top. Go ahead and open up your statics log on Canvas itself. And what this is going to do is similar to what we did for simple machines. It's going to go through the all the different things that you have to do for our unit. So notice how everything ends on February the 9th, going from West Point Bridge that we started at the tail end of first semester all the way to the end of our static stuff. So a few things about our document, if you don't remember from earlier. You are just recording what you did each day. I tend to use yellow to represent like in progress or not quite done, and I'll use green to represent something that's finished up. So if you were here on that last day, I would just fill that in with yellow because we started West Point Bridge design but did not get a chance to finish it up. Additionally, with all of our work, notice how anything in bold is going to be things that you need to be in class for so learning checks, projects, things like that. Everything else you could do outside of class. So in your packet, we have all the practice pieces. I have all the answers linked. Sometimes there's videos tucked in there. We've got notes for you guys to take, whether that's in your notebook or in the packet. It kind of depends on the situation. But a little bit sneaky, notice how in kind of this light gray, I have a recommended progression. Ideally, this is what we should be doing every single day. So for the next 3 days that I am not here, it looks like we should be finishing up West Point Bridge design and then working on the Truss project phase 1. And so if you can finish that up by Friday, you're going to be in a really, really good spot. So let's think about how we break that down. So Wednesday, your job is to finish up West Point Bridge design, and that is on Canvas. Now, remember, you guys created your own. You probably took some time last time to figure out how much everything cost. So go ahead and finish recording the cost of the setup. A lot of you were already playing around with your own designs. Make sure that portion of your white packet is filled. It's like 2.4.1 or something like that. I don't know. All that stuff is on Canvas. Once you're done with that section, then you can jump in and build your own bridge. And remember, your goal is to make it cheap, and it has to have the truck driver actually survive and want to drive on your bridge. Um, I would say after about 20 minutes, that's probably good for this. Print out your successful attempts after you've modified it and made it better. Tuck it into your white packet, and I want you to turn that in. Fifth period, I want you to be on the top shelf. Sixth period, I want you to be on that second shelf. Now, the big ticket item to get you ready for the next couple of days is Truss Project Phase 1. So when you're done with West Point Bridge, go on to Canvas again and open up your Truss Project Phase 1. And let's just get kind of familiar with what's going on. Open up a new copy of the engineering notebook like we did first semester and turn it in. I have that stuff ready to go for you on Canvas. And then just take some time to open up and read the design challenge and set it up. You know, get your table of contents ready to go, get your problem statement, stuff like that. This is an abbreviated version. To kind of practice and get ready for the real deal. So after we're done with trusses, we'll have the true truss project phase 2, where we're going to take info from phase 1 to kind of help us out. Now, cycling back around to the West Point Bridge design, remember, after you have a successful run, right, you do the simulation up here. If you click on this button, that will bring you back to the analysis page. And what that will do is it tells you if there were any members that actually broke. So all these things in red or potentially bright blue are broken. So if I look at all these numbers, you want to get to as close to 1, or I mean under 1, but as close to 1 as you possibly can for the maximum efficiency. So like this guy right here, if I click on that, it'll probably highlight the middle guy. I can change the material. I could change the hollow or solid bar. I can change the thickness. So you can rerun this without having to build a bridge completely from scratch every single time. Now, Thursday, you are going to be knee deep in your Truss project. So when you walk into class, you need to choose a partner, and you can have groups no bigger than 3. So if you totally want to go solo, that is perfectly fine. But 3 people is too many for this. And your job is by the end of the class period to build your physical truss. I have a video that will guide you through exactly how to do that. If you have some time after everything is glued, because your glue has to dry overnight, then you can simulate your truss by using the truss simulation walkthrough video, and then make sure you clean up.
All right, POE. So we have all of our supplies for the Truss Project Phase 1 on our table right here. And it's roughly in the order that you are going to build this stuff. So here we have all of our balsa sticks. Really, each person needs like a little less than one, so it shouldn't take you all that much. But we have lots of scratch paper for you guys to build your footprints. And then obviously we've got the sticks themselves to create the truss that you guys are building. So once you have your footprint ready to go, you're going to want to glue that stuff together. So we have the paper towels for you to use just as like a little palette for your glue. Inside here we have our balsa bits, and you're going to use that to kind of paint on your glue. And we have the glue right here. Now notice, let's see if I can do this with one hand. If you push that thing all the way up, that's going to be wide open. Make sure that you push it back down to close everything up, or else it's going to dry out and we're going to be in big trouble. When you watch the video, notice how you only need about a dime size amount of the glue on your paper towel. You really don't need a lot of glue with your little balsa bit in order to make everything nice and secure. Next thing we see is the gusset templates. So I have truss number 1, which is our triangle, in there. So you can grab one and cut it out. And we have the templates for truss number 2 right there as well. And last but not least, we have the knife blades. So these are all of our razor blades. These are extremely sharp, so be very careful. There's a bunch of different packs inside there. Make sure that the razor blades get put back into the container and back into the box. Additionally, if you don't remember where all of our goodies are, over here on the shelf, right, we have our cutting mats, we have our knives, we have masking tape, we have scissors down here, and then we have our rulers over on this side. So make sure that you're using the proper stuff that we have right there. Keep in mind that we do have a couple projects coming up, so everything needs to be clean, and we are implementing our rule for any bit that's out is a minute off of your project. So that includes balsa bits or any of the stuff that's out of place is going to count as well for both classes, since I'm not going to be here. So make sure that everything is cleaned up at the end of every day. Take the last little chunk of time to get that ready to go.
Now, for our last step is the work that we should be doing on Friday, and it's really finishing up your Truss project. And this is probably the most stressful part of the project, keeping in mind that phase 1 is kind of practice. So if something goes wrong, we always have phase 2 to kind of fall back on. But with your partner, you are going to open up the destructive testing tutorial on Canvas and use that to guide you on torturing and collecting data for your truss. So you're going to be breaking your truss. You're going to be using Logger Pro on one of the 2 force sensors to see how much force it took to break your truss and exactly where that truss is going to break. And then with any time that you have left, wrap up your engineering notebook. If something went wrong with your initial truss, maybe you have to rebuild that, reglue it, something like that. You're more than welcome to do that. Because I only have 2 of the destructive testers, there's probably going to be some bottlenecking at those spots. Think about what you can do productively while you wait for the 2 testers to open up. And again, I've got them on the back left side of the room and the back right side of the room. They both work exactly the same. They have the same materials, so that shouldn't matter. Now, I know this is a lot to throw at you, especially while I am not here. If you need any additional assistance and something is not going well, if you need some help, feel free to shoot me an email. I'm going to try to stay on top of that as we go. I will also be looking at your white packets and your bridge stuff and the engineering notebooks as you go. So by the time we come back from Monday, I will know exactly where we're at and kind of make a plan from there. Make sure that you're tracking your work through our log as you go. So then we both have an idea of where you're at, and then if you are on pace to knock everything out. Good luck, people. Let me know how I can help. See ya.